How's it going today? So I want to show you guys how to run lead gen forms in Facebook and how do you connect them to Go High Level and the sub account of your client. If internally used, same procedures. If you've got new clients, same procedures apply. So this is a simple flow chart that I've just put together regarding it. So let's just discuss the beginnings of it all. Obviously, the first thing you need to look at doing is obviously creating the first form. If you have not, you create a form. If you can duplicate, you'll probably do that depending on the offer change and so on. It will become second nature as you go about it. Second thing you need to do is go back to Go High Level, our app internally for the clients, and select the sub account that you need. And once you've selected the sub account, go to the settings portion. Once you've gone to the settings portion, we need to obviously go to integrations and make sure that the client's Facebook and Instagram accounts are connected, as well as their Google account. If it is not connected already, make sure those are connected, because you won't be able to go further than this. You'll then have to look on the top there, as there are other menus. I'll show you now an example, but you need to go to Facebook or Meta integrations, where you'll find all the necessary forms that you've created for the client. Once you've done that, you're going to have to map the form and do so for all necessary forms if they have not been mapped. Once it says complete or mapped, then we can go on to the next step, which is go to the main menu again in the sub account, go to automations, and then we can create a workflow. Now in the workflow portion of things, we can either create a new workflow. If it is a duplicate of an existing offer, we are going to just duplicate the old workflow or make the necessary changes inside that existing workflow. Sometimes you'll see that clients have an offer change where the price might just differ due to maybe resources, etc., and then we just have to make a simple adjustment to the automation. So you're going to create a new workflow, name the workflow according to the special or the promo that is currently at offer, and then once you've entered that, we're going to obviously have to set a trigger, and then we can create the workflow. So the trigger, you need to make sure that you select the Facebook submitted or Facebook form submitted one. Depending if you've now gone and made these, we are talking specifically about instant forms on Facebook. So we're going to show you an example about this in a short while, but just make sure Facebook form submitted, make sure you select in form, and once you've done in form, the exact form that you are trying to get the information from, you need to select that as well. Then we can create the automations around email 1, email 2, and etc. Like I said here, our client who has the sub account needs to have our highest lead gen package to enable more than 2 emails, and also the WhatsApp functionality that we all have integrated as well. So if they are not on that, you do not include this. You can always offer this to the client on your own for an extra price. Make sure by accounts or the head of department about what are the prices currently, and then going forth to the client about that. But without that being too dragged out, email 1 is the typical introduction. You know, the people have just claimed the offer on the platform, so like Facebook or Instagram, they've claimed the offer and inserted their details. So the first thing you need to do is send them an intro or a welcome or a congratulations for claiming the offer. Click this if you want to go see the template, and then the second email is typically a reminder, maybe a day or so afterwards, or maybe later that day, depending on how your client would like it set up. If they've left it up to you, send the reminder out whenever you feel is necessary. And then also you can do WhatsApp integration here. I will make a second video regarding this, but it is going to be short and sweet. You use the SMS functionality to do WhatsApp, depending if the client has our highest lead gen package. They cannot have this without that. Okay, so let's go and do an example here quickly. If you want to find this, let me know, or the head of department can send you a link to this flow or SOP. Let's do an existing example. So this client we've created a new form for. If we just go and look at the existing, so we created a new form. We did this new offer called the G5 body slimming at 250 Rand. All we have to do is when you go down to, I'm not going to show you the whole setup, but when you go to the add section here, as you can see, we've created many forms for this client in the past. You're going to either have to create a new one or look for the old offer that they had. In this case, there was an old offer of a 200 Rand G5 body slimming. So all I did was duplicate that form, and I went and made my details as necessary. You know, go through the form itself, make it a new name for the offer existing. Make sure you change the necessary details if you do duplications. This client is very simple in the sense that because it's a beauty salon, they just collect the basic information. Privacy policy to the client's website, wherever they have that. We always implement something like a review screen for clients that want very high quality leads. And then obviously book now and then client's details. So I'm not going to duplicate this one again. We've currently got it duplicated. So this is the form we need to go and link to Go High Level. So let me take you through that process. We're in the account, we go down to settings, we're in the sub account, Lindy's Beauty Salon. We're going to go to settings and we're going to go to integrations. Under integrations, you'll see that her accounts are connected. It takes a bit long, but her accounts are connected, and we need to go to Facebook form field mapping. Now, as you can see, I've already done this, but all you need to do is, it will have a green button here saying map fields. All you need to do is click that, and once you click it, you just make sure that full name is connected with full name, email, phone number, and you say update. Once that is done, it'll give you a green tick and the status will be on, which means that this form has now been mapped or completed. Then the next step in our process is to go back to the main menu and we go down to automations. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is, if there is currently a G5 special, in this case there should be one. So here is one that we ran in October. All I'm going to do is duplicate this, right? But for the instance of this video, let me just quickly create a flow from scratch. I'm not going to duplicate it. We'll just name this exactly how we've named the form itself. I'll just call it that. Rename it to the 250 G5 body slimming treatment. Now we zoom out a little bit. We have to add a trigger, as I mentioned earlier. So the first thing we need to look for is form. Okay, now we obviously haven't got a landing page, so we cannot use this one. We haven't got a TikTok or a LinkedIn as well. So we only need the Facebook one because we are running instant forms on Facebook. We need to add filters to it, and we need to click in form. It's a standard form, and then we need to make sure we select the G5 250 one. And if you want to make sure, just make sure you go back and you look at exactly the name that you've put here, which will link to this Go High Level account because we've mapped it now. And you make sure you're selecting the exact same form. Once that is selected, like I said in the SOP document, first thing we're going to do is we need to go down to email, or no, excuse me, the first thing we always do is create the opportunity inside the client's pipeline. Otherwise, the client won't have this lead show up at all. So I like to remove the update piece because we're not updating, we're adding them to the client's pipeline. As you can see, there's only one pipeline. So in this, we are going to then say, we are going to put them under new lead because that's where they are going to be laying. And then we're going to put a name to this. So the name I like to put to it is similar to the promo or the offer at hand. So 250 G5 body slimming treatment. And then we're going to add the client's or the contact's detail. So first name and a cell phone number, which probably would be the best for them to see right out of the bat. All right, we don't necessarily have to worry about the opportunity source. We know it's coming from Facebook. The value we don't know exactly yet because she's got different packages for G5 slimming, so it's difficult to put a value to this. However, I'm just going to leave every other setting as is, and we're just going to save the action. So now, once the form has been submitted, it's going to automatically go and create the opportunity inside the pipeline for the client. And then we need to make sure that we send an email. So sending an email, I'll grab a template that we normally send to the clients and then just paste it in here so you can see what it will look like. Okay, so I've created the email for you guys now, so you don't have to watch me doing it. All you have to do is obviously put in the from name. Either you can go and select the user itself of the account. I've just put in the salon's name here, and then the from email is obviously the user's email. If it's not linked to the account, you're just going to have to type it in here. And then subject line, I like to put in contact name, so we scream out who it's for, and then say congratulations on claiming the offer that they did, and then here's how to book. Okay, because that's what we want them to do in this instance. Then here's a typical email that we'd use for this salon. Hi, first name, congratulations on claiming the offer. To book here, there is a currently the client uses a separate booking system for their arranging the bookings on their website, so they can do that, or they can phone or email. And then also we have the client's price list attached to the email from their website. And then we like to also just add the image that we used for the client's ads on Facebook, just so that people, when they see this, they know exactly that they did fill in something for this and it looks very familiar. And you can send a test email to yourself if you want to. After that, you're going to save the actions because that's now the email done. If the client, like I said, is part of our high paid lead the highest paid package for lead generation. Sorry for my damn English, but if they are, we need to then add in a separate automation here, which is SMS. So this client's account has been already connected with the WhatsApp integration, and I'm not going to go through that in this video. But if they have that already, you need to use the SMS functionality, because that is how it works inside here under Go High Level. And we're going to send them a WhatsApp as well. And that WhatsApp is pretty much going to be exactly the same as the email. Obviously, keep in mind it is a WhatsApp, so you don't want to make it too crazy long. And then just attach the image itself as well, because the client will get it in their phone on WhatsApp, and then that will make them realize that they did fill in something and that they've really received communication. I prefer to make these a lot shorter, so if you want to, obviously there's no linking available inside of this. You have to type out the entire URL if you'd want it to be linked. So I just clear anything that is linkable, and then leave it as is. Prefer to test it, to sending it to yourself. If you do that, let's just show you an example. I'm going to send it to my own personal WhatsApp now, and then you can have a look at how this would show up inside your inbox. As soon as it will pitch up. Okay, it's been sent successfully. You should receive it soon, and there is her account activating it. As you can see now, there is the image that will be part of the ads, and there is the exact integration WhatsApp that we just typed out. So it looks very neat, very tidy. You can imagine if a client gets this, they know exactly what they filled in for, and they're going to claim pretty hastily. All right, so save this action. We're going to close that off, and now that is an automation complete with integration of the form from Facebook to Go High Level. I hope this video was helpful. If not, reach out to us. Anyone in the head of department or management can help you out. Thanks.